Okay, so the first card in the middle here is going to be, what is your vision? And let's see what you're hoping for. That's really what this vision is about. Okay? Okay, so you got the Queen of Pentacles and you got Fixed Earth. Okay? So this card has a lot of Taurus energy. So what you want, Gemini, is you want a lot of pleasurable things in your life. That's your vision. You want to have things that are beautiful around you. You really want to have enough money to enjoy yourself. And it has a lot to do with beauty too. You want to be able to take care of yourself. You want to be able to look good. You want just a lot of really pleasurable things out of life, which is a great vision to have. I love that vision. Okay, and so now what opens your heart to listening to others? Now, when we start business plans, we don't really think that one of our major successes comes from listening to others, but it does, because people are going to give you ideas, they're going to collaborate with you. So let's see what opens you up to listening to others. Okay, you've got the Cetus card. Okay, and this is the Two of Wands. Okay, Cetus in the Two of Wands. Okay, so this is telling me that it's a little bit more challenging for you to listen to people sort of one-on-one, because like your mind is racing a lot and you have a lot of ideas going around. And so it's a little bit more difficult for you to listen, but what opens you up is someone who challenges you, someone who makes you feel alive at the moment, who brings excitement into your life, who makes you feel as though listening to them is going to cause some sort of excitement or outcome. So you like to listen to exciting people, and you like to listen to ideas, and you like things wrapped in humor. I can see like all of this is happening, and it's something that challenges you personally. But there's also a lot of other people who may not sound as interesting or may not have a very good delivery, and it's also important to listen to them as well. Okay, but this is what opens you up, is like excitement. Okay. Now, the next thing that we want to talk about is how do you present yourself in the best possible way? How do you present yourself in the best possible way? Okay, so you got the Moon and you got the Pisces card. Okay, the Moon and the Pisces card. All right, so this is telling me that you use your intuition and your psychic abilities the best. Like you can see the future in some sort of way. Like, it means that when people tell you something, you have an idea of how that might work out for them. And so that helps you to see what might come of a business idea, or what someone else's idea that they tell you how it would manifest. So that is how people see you, as somebody who's very intuitive about the future. Okay. And so that's how you're presenting yourself. That's what people see, is that a picture, that you're painting them a picture, and that's what they see. Okay? That's a good way to be perceived, because it's a visual. So your words are communicating something visual. Okay? And then the next card is, how do you maintain clarity? All right? How do you maintain clarity? Okay, so you got the Princess of Swords and you got the Winter card. So this is really a protection card, and somebody who is waiting out things for the long term. So you can think in a way like of the penguin who holds the pebble, like it's a long-term goal. And so for you to have clarity and maintain it, you need to think of the long-term benefits of something. Because I do know that sometimes Geminis, they love the initial idea of something, but then you have this Pisces ability too, to see that vision, you see it happening, but you also have to know that you're going to have to wait it out to have that long-term goal. Nothing's going to come quick. Nothing's going to work overnight. It's all going to take time. And if you're willing to watch over what you're doing, because this also with the Black Raven here, it's like protection and standing watch over something, but also when you do that, it takes patience. You have to watch. It's like the black crow on the wall, like sitting there waiting for something to happen. But these things take time. The winter takes time to be over. It's knowing that there's going to be a time period where you have to get through something, and that's going to help you reach your long-term goals. So that's how you keep the clarity. I know that's a long explanation, but you just have to know that you're sacrificing now for something better later. That's definitely how to sum that up. Okay, so now how do you adequately express your enthusiasm? So let's check that and see how you adequately express your enthusiasm. Okay, so you got this Libra in this Justice card. So Libras are very good at being fair. They're very good at buffering situations, and they're good at balancing things. So it looks like you can, this energy here, juggle a lot of things, and that's a way to express your enthusiasm is basically by like saying, I can multitask. I know how to do this. I can balance a lot at once. And so don't think that I can't handle a lot, because I can. So this is the kind of way you're expressing yourself in your enthusiasm, is like, bring it on, is what I see here. Okay. But then also you're able to do, you're fair to others too. So there's a lot in that, but it's a lot of energy from Libra there. Okay. So then what helps you negotiate? What helps you negotiate? That's this card. Okay, so this is the Ursa Major and the Two of Cups. And so emotionally, this card has a lot to do with emotion. So when you negotiate, you're basically letting the other person know that you're protecting their best interests, because this is also the mama bear who protects, and the reason they do that is because they care about other people, or either they care about like their cub or whatever. And so what you're doing when you negotiate is you're telling the other person, you're using this energy to be like, I'm going to be fair. I'm going to look out for your best interest. You can feel secure around me. You can feel secure that you're making a good business decision. So this is a really good card to pull for that. It's an excellent card for that. Okay, so I see a lot here. This sounds a lot like Gemini, to be honest, a lot. Okay, so the next card is, am I following up in the best possible way? So we all know that business takes a lot of follow-up, and there's challenges with the follow-up. It's trying to keep a negotiation going, all right? So let's see what this card shows for us. How do you follow up in the best possible way? And that's this one. Okay, so you have the Saturn and you have the World card. Okay, so this tells me that when you follow up, you try to wrap everything up as quickly as possible. Okay, so you look at all the things, all the variables, and this sounds so much Gemini. Like, see all the stuff swirling around here? These are all of the tasks that you know that need to be handled. So every time you basically follow up with people, you try to wrap up all the ends as fast as possible. So in this case, though, just make sure that you don't basically push somebody to feel pressure to wrap things up too quickly. But it also is a very good trait to have, because another person is going to realize that you're on top of everything, that you thought of everything, and they are going to really appreciate that. But just make sure you give them enough time to respond to everything you're trying to wrap up, because you don't want them to feel too pressured, okay? But it is a good thing to have this ability to take control of all the different variables, okay? So the next thing is, what's standing in your way of actually, what's standing in your way of making money right now, okay? So let's see what's going on. So the Ace of Swords, and it's upside down, and it's the Crucius. Okay, so this means that this card is sort of like, it's like luck handed to you, or like a tool handed to you. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen like Harry Potter or something like that, but the sword comes out of the hat and he's able to use it. And this is all also the Southern Cross here, but it's something presented to you, and it's something you can use as a tool, and it's upside down. So to me, this seems like what's standing in your way is a resource. It's something that you need that you don't have yet, and you need to just figure out for yourself what that particular resource is. It could be some piece of new technology. It could be a business partner. It could be just the money for starting an idea, or it could be something you're missing internally that you could be working on. It could be interest, like you just don't find anything that you're passionate about. All of these things is some kind of resource that is missing right now that you definitely need. So just think about what that could possibly be. And then this is going to be the final card, which is how can I communicate to grow my business? How can you communicate in the best possible way to grow your business? So that's going to be this card. Okay, so this is the Hydra, which is upside down here, and it is the Four of Wands. Okay, so with it being upside down, what this is telling me is the best way to communicate is one thing at a time, because if you get ahead of yourself, Gemini, this is going to create a problem. You just, because you have I can see you've got this whirlwind of things, that variables that you look at, and you can see the future, and you're trying to see you can see the picture that you're looking for. So it's almost like it's like when you see something all laid out in front of you and you're trying to communicate that to a person, just that it's overload for them. Okay, Gemini, you can keep all of this swirled around in your mind, but somebody else might get overloaded by that. So one thing at a time. That's all you need to express, so that any kind of business opportunity, any kind of avenue that you're taking, if you're just take it one step at a time. If it's a person you're talking to, one step at a time. And you can just mark off the things that you already see coming, but just do it one thing at a time. And then that could be the thing that you're missing, is just not knowing how to, stop multitasking and just do one thing at a time, because you can see the whole thing laid out in front of you. But you do have such great instincts. You have this ability, but you also kind of have a little bit of a weakness here with the sacrifice that it takes to get to that long-term goal. Okay, so those are the things that I see that you would work on in order to really make a success out of yourself. Okay, Gemini? So thank you so much for visiting my channel, and I hope you like this message, because I think it might have been super helpful for you. And, well, at least I hope it was. So if it was, please give me a like, and then also share this with another Gemini who you think could use this message, or anybody really that you think could use this message.